Well, I have a surprise that showed up in my raised bed. So in front of me, I have a lot of self-seeded arugula, and I have to decide today what I'm going to do about it. I've planted arugula in this bed consistently for years, and every year it self-seeds. In fact, it already grew once this summer, and now we've got the second planting. But I can't leave it. Most people would say, why don't you just leave it and let it grow? Because tonight we're actually predicting snow. At our elevation, we're over 9,000 feet, and our frost dates go from June 10th to September 10th. And we're way past that. Today's the first day of fall. So these plants, if I leave them, they might not make it to an edible harvest. So what I'm gonna do is dig them up and then bring them into the greenhouse to see if I can extend the growing season. Get that second harvest of arugula I've never been able to get outside. Now, the trick is to be able to identify arugula. You can tell by the very first two leaves that come up. They're kind of clover shaped, and then you get the round shaped leaf right there. The other test is to taste it. And if it has that peppery taste, you know it's arugula. If I don't get them all today and they survive tonight, I can work on them later. But I definitely want to increase my odds by transplanting today. Arugula is one of our favorite greens, so any chance I can get to grow it, I'm gonna take it, especially if it's self-seeding. Well, I think I got a pretty good amount, and now I'm gonna take it down into the greenhouse, see if we can get some harvest out of this. All right, so coming inside the greenhouse here. So it's a 72.5 inside. So big temperature difference from 49 outside. Getting a little bit of sun, but it kind of shows you that even in the winter time, if we're getting sun, we're gonna be a lot warmer inside. All right, so now I got my arugula. Where am I gonna put it? One thing to know about the garden dome greenhouse is it definitely has microclimates. This is where I planted beets and greens because this bed is the closest to the north-facing wall. So there is light here, but it isn't as hot as the south-facing wall over there. So this is definitely where I think planting greens would be good for the fall. And it just so happens I have room right here where my pickles and squash are, which I'm gonna pull out pretty soon because they're almost done producing. So I think this is where I'm gonna start. What I'll do is just dig a little trough, maybe a couple little troughs. Okay, so that was 28 little self-seeded arugulas that are now planted in the garden dome. And we'll see what happens with these. Hopefully it's not too hot in here anymore. I mean, we're first day of fall and October's around the corner, so hopefully these will do really well with the amount of light and the protection that they need, that they're not getting in the raised beds outside. Because any day now, even though there's snow on the way, a hard freeze is coming. That means when things are completely dead, 20 degrees and below, our first 20-degree night is probably around the corner. So definitely a good move to get these arugulas in the ground, and we'll have our first second harvest. As for other greens, we've got kale growing right now, and these beet greens are still producing. Well, it definitely feels like a treat to be able to continue gardening into the fall here in the mountains of Colorado. Never been able to consider that because our frost dates come and go so quickly, especially those cold, freezing temperatures. Like I said, 20-degree nights are right around the corner, but inside here, well, we're still gardening. So today I'm bringing inside a tomato and another summer squash because summer's not over yet. If you're interested in seeing what else we can continue to grow into the fall, what else we can plant, so definitely follow along to see what we can achieve with this structure and how else we can utilize the space year-round. And I'll definitely keep you posted on the status of the baby arugula, and we'll see you in the next video.